Hello. I said I was not going to do another one of these, but I found a lot of websites recently that I've been playing around with and going through, and I think they're really, really cool, so I want to share it with you. I'll probably keep doing this, honestly, because I go through a lot of different websites just to find inspiration and cool resources that I can use creatively, and just ways to just not only go on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So I'm going to share them with you every time I have a big enough list that I think are really cool. So yeah, enough rambling. Let's get into it. Alright, so the first website is windows93.net. When you go to the website, it'll act as if you're actually turning on the computer, and on the home screen it'll show you a whole bunch of software that you have installed on your laptop or your computer, sorry. If you hit the start button, you can see everything more categorized in the programs file. So you can go to something that you're interested in, like if you want to play a game, you can go to the games, audio stuff, video stuff, and it's pretty cool. What do I want to do? I'm gonna hit a random one. Follow the white rabbit. Let's see. Hopefully this is not scary, but how do I follow him? How do I follow him? How do I follow him? This is not White Rabbit Simulator. Think outside the box. Oh! Okay. That's fire. So you basically just follow him all over the computer screen and try to get as many steps as possible, I'm assuming. Okay, we'll do one more and then you can go ahead and go hear yourself and play around. What is Robbie? I guess Robbie is robbing the bank. What do I do? Enter the bank. I entered the bank. Okay, so I can point your gun at the employees. Alright, I don't think I have a choice. Hey, give me all the dollars, please. The bank employee. Sure, you can take them, but I'm gonna have to call the police. Sorry. What does that say? Take the dollars. The police is there. Okay, now I'll count to 10. If your gun is still in your hand when I reach 10, I'll fire bullets at you and you'll probably die dead. Okay, so I have the money. Shoot the policeman, turn off the light, go to the safe room, kill the employees. Oh no. I think I should turn off the light. I turned off the light. That was really dumb. I just wasted a second. I'm gonna have to turn it back on. Turn on the light. Okay. The police is counting down. Oh no. Climb the ladder. You need some kind of torch to burn the chandelier. Where do I get a torch? Can I just leave? Run. The policeman is still there without the police. I don't know. I don't know. All right, this next website I think is really cool. It's called Pointerpointer. So basically, wherever you move your cursor, they're gonna generate an image pointing to the cursor. I don't know if these are real pictures or AI. I truly don't know. But I think it is really cool. I feel like it's real pictures. Like, these have to be real pictures. But wherever you put your cursor, they're going to be pointing to. These have to be real pictures. But anyway, I think this is really funny and cute. And literally anywhere you put the cursor, it's going to have someone pointing at it. Alright, so this next website is Webdex Y2K20. It's basically a website that has different terms of different things that were in, like, starting around 2020. I don't know if they've updated this website since 2022, but they have different terms that are interesting. And then when you click on a term, it'll have a small little definition or explanation on what the term is and where did it come from and stuff. And then they also have like a little audio right next to that, so you can listen to them discuss the term. I forgot to mention that I didn't find this website on my own. Someone DM'd me it and I was like, whoa, this is cool, thanks. And I sat down and went through it and I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you one that I thought was pretty cool, the term compression. So right here it says, taken from information technology and the process of compressing data into smaller subsections, for instance, a JPEG file. When applied to ideas, compression enables an efficient overview, but at the cost of data loss and therefore a distortion of reality. According to Lil Internet's pet theory, people reflexively generate compressed models of the world in order to make an overly complex reality understandable. Like folk tales and urban legends, conspiracy theories are a form of compression, giving Manichean, sorry if I said that wrong, narratives to the arbitrary and sociopathic maneuverings of the powerful. The monolithic categorizing of identities is another form of compression. Paradoxically, the more the real complexity of our world is revealed to us, the more likely we are to rely on cognitive compression to make sense of it. I thought that was really cool. And you can listen to them talk about it if you want to. But yeah, I don't want to play the whole thing because I will listen to all of it, but I just think it's really cool. And after you see this term, you can look more into it if you want to and all that. And overall, this is a pretty cool little website. This next website is Mspaint. It's basically an online version of Mspaint, but it's literally just a recreation of it. I thought I'd share it because it's pretty cool to be able to reuse different applications that we used to use as a kid. But yeah, I think it functions the exact same way. You can still do all of the things that you were able to do on there. And I think this is pretty cool if you want to have like a certain style going for your art and want to create it on here. I think that would be pretty cool. There's an artist that I talked about in my art package that does something similar. All right, this next website I think is really, really cool, and I definitely wanted to share this. When I found this website, I was really confused. I was like, what is the Whole Earth Index? And I looked into it. It's basically a magazine. It's the Whole Earth catalog. It's like a catalog magazine that was made from the 1960s to around 1998 or early 2000s. And basically each catalog had information for you to be able to make stuff yourself, to repair things yourself. And it's not really like an instruction manual, but it points you in the right direction to find the instructions. So say you are looking for cheap rice in Atlanta or something, I don't know. They will have like a tiny little catalog like, oh, if you go to this place in particular, this place sells rice for 59 cents instead of the regular grocery stores that sell it for $2. And even though I'm not sure if you can get any of the stuff that they're talking about on these anymore because it's a long time ago, but I still think it's really cool that all of these catalogs were archived so that you can look through them and just see what they were talking about back then. And I think it's really cool. The first catalog came out fall 1968, and then you can just scroll down and choose a year that you're interested in. I'm gonna go to the spring 2002. So when you click on the specific catalog, it'll show literally every single page of that catalog all scanned in for you to read. I just think it's so cool. You can just choose something to read. If you're feeling hungry for some fast food info before you pick up Fast Food Nation, you'll feel stuffed after putting it down. It's a better wake-up call than food poisoning. Schlosser doesn't rant or preach. He just presents fact after fact, comprehensively, intelligently, and meticulously researched about the history, politics, economics, and culture of the fast food industry. I already read this. I just clicked on this because I was like, yo, this is cool. You could just really sit down and read this whole thing. And I guess if you want to, you can print it out to have a physical copy. That would be pretty cool. But the cool thing is that this website has a search function. Let me scroll all the way back. So if you type in something specific, I'm going to type in guitar. Where is it? This one here. So this is the one that I thought was pretty cool. So they're telling you about this book that will teach you how to repair your guitar. It's not really selling you anything. It's telling you from a non-biased perspective about different things you can use that's helpful for you. So this is telling you, hey, this is a really cool guitar repair book. You can do this with it, you can do that with it. It worked for me. Hopefully it works for you. And right here it's showing you electric guitar kits. You could go to this instrument pickups company in New York, and it tells you, like right here, it says you cannot buy directly from DiMarzio, but I'm told that if you send them $1, you'll receive their color catalog and a list of their distributors near you. And it's kind of like a helpful manual for your community, you know? And I think it's really, really cool to just go through these and see, like, that would be cool if we had like a modern version. Most likely it would probably be online, but that would be a cool idea. All right, this next website is Black Artist Database. I think this is really, really cool. It's basically a database full of Black artists that you can support their craft. So in the database, you have 2 categories, artist or creative. So artist is mainly music, and then the creative is literally everything else. In the Explore tab, you can read different articles that people wrote. Like this says influential moments in dance music's Black history. And they just have like a little deep dive there, which is cool. And then as for the actual artist database, you can just go through people and check them out. Like this artist here, I thought their website was really cool. And I was just thinking, like, man, I can't wait till I make my NeoCity so I can put I could have like a little portfolio section for whatever art and stuff that I make and everything. And you can search by city if you want someone closer to home, like if you live in Chicago. You can see all these Chicago artists and maybe hit them up in collab or just, you know, support their work. All right, this website is actually a NeoCity, and it's called simplifier.neocities.org. Basically, this person likes to make stuff, and they find out ways to create different materials and tools and stuff, and I think it's really cool. Like, I'm going to go to this one that says they posted it May 2nd, 2016, and this is just them literally making a carbon microphone, and they talk about the process that they went through with making it and then the results, which is really cool.
This is a demonstration of the carbon microphone. It seems to match the range of human speaking very well. I can speak in a whisper, I can speak in a normal tone, or I can speak very loudly, and all 3 are accurately reproduced.
And I just think this person is a literal genius. And on the About page it says, fundamentally, my work here is about creating a stable foundation of technology that is reliable, understandable, and practical for an individual to build for themselves. As of writing this, I believe I have done this on a conceptual level, but I intend to continue this work to the highest level of technology that I can achieve on my own. I encourage readers to utilize anything here which they find practical or for whatever purpose they see fit, and to consider adopting a mindset of simplification in projects of their own. So I like to read, and I don't like Goodreads. The UI is really annoying, and it's very outdated in my opinion. And I don't know how I found this. Maybe there was a YouTube video I watched, but Pagepact it's very similar to Goodreads. You could even import your Goodreads data into this app, but it starts off from the earliest or the most recent post to downwards, just of everyone that's talking about the books that they read and all of that. You can go to different little community spaces in the Discover Nooks tab. So if you want to talk about sci-fi books, fantasy books, books that you hated, you can join those and have like little communities, which is really nice. And then in your profile, you can, like, these are all of my reviews from Goodreads that I added. But from now on, I'm probably just going to do all of my book reviews and stuff on this app instead. But I think it's pretty cool. I think it just flows better than Goodreads, and I recommend it if you don't like Goodreads. And this next website, explore.org, I think is really, really cool. It's basically a website with different live cams focused on animals from all over. So each live cam is from a different person that or organization that is giving sanctuary to animals or just doing research and stuff like that. And you can go through these categories. So I'll go to sanctuaries, and then sure, I'll go to Turpentine Creek. So you can see it's a live stream of the baby sleeping. It's kind of shaky, but you can watch the live stream. You can talk to people in the comments and stuff. And a lot of people, what I noticed is they like to take screenshots of the live stream and post them. And I think that's just so cute. You can read about the organization that's doing the live stream. You can donate them. You can go to their website. You can see the weather in this specific place that the live stream is occurring. And sometimes they'll have different events, and like they have like the calendar that tells you what live stream they're doing and stuff. And I think it's really, really cool. Let's go see some pandas. So this is in China. It's very cute. And then it just gives you information about where it's at. And I think this is really, really cool. And you can spend a lot of time just watching animals be animals, you know. Right here, you can choose which live stream you want to go to. It says top of wall underwater reef cam in Honduras. This is gorgeous. Honestly, you could like watch this to sleep. This is very peaceful. And this is cool. It says, for those who ask about camera location and layout, they have like the little layout here of where exactly the cameras are for the live stream. This is one of my favorites. I genuinely like this website a lot. This next website, Disney Games, is really cool. You can play a whole bunch of Flash Disney games that you probably played a lot when you were a kid. Mickey's Crazy Lounge. Okay, I think this is it. Oh my gosh, okay. All of the House of Mouse games are pretty cool. The evening's first customers have arrived. Click on Daisy to greet them. Where is Daisy? Is this Daisy? Daisy points at the tables. This means it is time to seat. I'll figure it out. Lilo and Stitch, they order in their food. Okay, Pinocchio and Alice. Are they ready to... Oh, I guess they put their menu down when they're ready to order. Duh. I don't know their names. Oh, I was supposed to take their order. Oh no. Alright, they want water. Goofy, unfortunately you just got quadruple sat. Take the water to them as fast as possible and then greet the other table. Oh no. What did I do? I should have listened. Wait, is that roaches? Oh no, Goofy. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm sorry. Goofy's the only waiter. They don't. Oh no, everyone's leaving. We're gonna have to close down for the day. Alright, yeah, well, that's that. You can play all types of games here. That was on Disney Channel. And this next website has a little spotlight effect. Round of applause. We are introducing board.com. When I found this website, I was like, bro, they have literally everything on here. They have games, they have facts, tools, tests, nature watch. Oh, they have explore.org on here. I realized a lot of the websites that I talked about in the past couple videos, some of them are on here, some of them aren't. But after I found this, I was like, do I even need to do a website video anymore? But I think this is like a really cool master list of a whole bunch of websites categorized so that you can find them easier depending on what you're looking at or looking for. This is pretty cool. They have a lot of stuff that I've been on, stuff that I haven't been on yet. I'm not gonna go into everything here. This is just something I guess you can go on the website and look at yourself. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Now the last couple of websites that I want to share are actually creative resources and just resources in general that I think are cool. Like this one in particular, switching software. This is alternatives to well-known software that we usually use. So for example, I use Premiere Pro. If you're not wanting to pay Adobe prices, they have alternatives that you can use. I don't know how well they are. I haven't used them, but I'm just sharing this in case they are really cool, and you can go on there yourself and look for what you need. But yeah, there's a couple of options for that. Facebook alternatives, Google Chrome alternatives. They have Firefox too. I thought Firefox got shut down. This website is Library of Short Stories, which is a bunch of classic short stories made free to the public. You can choose through, like on the Discover tab, you can choose through different genres, themed collections. You could go through classics. And basically, you can literally just click what you want to read. I'm gonna just choose something completely random. The Lady with the Dog. So yeah, the whole book is here. The short story, pretty cool if you are into short stories. I know I am, and will be reading some of these once I sit down and look at what exactly I want to read. The cool thing, they have categories like if you want something that's less than 10 minutes, if you want like 10 to 20 minutes, horror, and they have like different categories here, and they have like a little small description of the story, which is really cool and helpful. You can choose through the different authors for that particular genre, and yeah, it's really, really cool. Okay, so this website I found and I have been using, and I really, really, really love it. It is Ellipsus. It's like a better version of Google Docs, and for some reason it's been influencing me a lot more to write. I think the UI is so beautiful. You can change the theme and everything can be categorized. They have really cool templates. I'm gonna open mine. I just don't want you to see what I'm writing. So this is my little area. I have been conceptualizing a Walking Dead fan fiction just to get myself writing again. Because I used to write all the time, but I need to build myself back up to it. And this is pretty cool. I'm gonna make a new folder though. I'm not showing you what I've written. Hi YouTube. Alright, so when you create a document, you can choose a template. I don't know, I forgot how to choose your template. Oh well, I can't show, I don't know. They have a thing though where you can choose different templates, like if you're doing an outline for a story, if you're doing, is this it? Okay. You can do like they have a specific alternate universe planning template and stuff, and it's really cool. I just don't know how to get to it right now. But yeah, you can just start typing and create your story here. That's really it, but I just really, this has just gotten me into writing again, which it feels so good. It feels so good to be writing again. And I like the formatting, and yeah, it's free. It's free, and you can change your theme, like I said earlier, to however you want it to be. Where's the templates at? Oh, here you go. Okay, from template. So here's all the templates that I was mentioning. So you can make character sheets, character emotional wound, the character relationship template. I'll click that, for example. It takes a second to load. Here we go. It takes a second to load, but it's not like a long time. But yeah, it has a little template here, and you can just start writing from here if you don't know where exactly to start with your two characters, their relationship and everything. And I like it. I like it a lot. Now, this website is also one that I really like, and it's been pretty helpful to me. It's called muted.io. It's basically an interactive music theory guide where you can learn everything that you're trying to learn if you're learning music theory. So they have the scales, they have a virtual piano and chords, intervals, they have the guitar fretboard, bass fretboard, chromatic scale, circle of thirds. They have a staff with the piano keys if you want to go through, and this has just been very helpful. Right now I'm learning music theory. Right now what am I on right now? I'm learning how to read sheet music. I've gotten to the point where I can identify everything that's on the staff, and right now I'm doing this thing where no matter what note in the major scale you choose, you can create the major scale with the format whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. This is helpful for learning the fretboard also, because every part of the fretboard, every space is a different note. And so if you're like on the E string and you're trying to find A, it's easy to count up, but just having like a visual thing in case you don't have your guitar with you, it helps, especially like if you're trying to learn while you're at, like usually when I'm learning music theory, I'm doing it at work. During downtime, I'll just go on my phone and start studying that way, and it's really helpful. So I recommend this if you are learning music theory. Shout out to Sebastian for making this website. This next website is Freesources. It's basically a bunch of free resources for different things that you're into. So if you are into design and you need some inspiration, you can go on any of these websites here and find some inspiration. They have different tools and assets and guides that can help you for photography. They have different tools and just a whole bunch of stuff that just is very, very helpful in my opinion. I'll probably be in this section here when I'm starting to learn all of my HTML and CSS for my NeoCity when I start making it. This next website is Freesound. It's basically a whole collection of sounds that people can upload, and if you're looking for something in particular, you can search it, or you can just listen to what was recently uploaded. So I'm going to click the Sea Waves one. Yeah, and if you need sea waves for a video, or maybe you're making a song or something and you need sea waves, you can go on here. I don't know if they're all free. I think they are, but some of them might have like info like, hey, if you download this, okay, so it says you're free to share and to remix as long as you credit the author of the sound. But yeah, if you're looking for sounds, you can use this website. This one is really cool. It's pentacom.jp. You can basically create your own pixel art font and save it and use it in your actual files and stuff. I created one just to test it out, but you can literally just create it how you want with the little template of the letter that you're making behind it, and then it'll kind of show up right here of what it looks like. You can start over, save it, and you can move it to where you want to and all that stuff. And yeah, you can literally build the font, and you can also see other people's fonts too in their gallery, and you can get inspiration from like right here if you want to figure out a certain way you want to make your font and everything. But like, look at this one. This is amazing. This is so cool. The last website / resource I have is templatemaker.nl. Basically, you choose a shape and you can create a template out of it that you can print out and actually create that shape with paper. So if you want to make a paper bag, you can click this and then it'll show you an example template of what it would look like. So let me do 40 inches in length and then 20 inches in width. Right here, it shows what it will look like when you print it out. You can change the size to the specific paper that you're printing. It'll have kind of like a little instruction of how to fold and glue everything on the side. And some of the projects have a little gallery of the results of them. Some of them don't. It just depends on which one you're choosing. But I think it's really, really cool. Like this one has images of like the final product. which is really cool. And you can just get a nice piece of paper, print it on there, and you're good to go. You can make all of these different boxes, shapes, bags, and envelopes, and all of that. And I think this is really helpful. That is all of the websites that I have today. Who knows when I'm going to make another one of these. I shared a lot of websites today, and that board.com one had a lot on there, and I'm not sure if like whenever I do in the future find a cool website, will it be on there? I'll probably have to check. But yeah, I hope you liked these websites that I found, and I hope that some of them are helpful and fun and nostalgic and funny and all of that, and I will see you in the next one. Ta-ta!